It's the new year, time for some new beginnings. So let's talk about how we're going to turn this cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting. You've heard of cross stitch conversions, but we're going to do this one a little bit differently. Hey people, and welcome back to the Unfinished Projects Club. I'm Jen, and today I am kicking off one of my January WIPGO goals and what might be the start of an ongoing project series around here. This is Stitches to Sparkle, where I am going to take a cross stitch pattern and turn it into a diamond painting. We've all heard of cross stitch conversions. We've seen them, mainly using a big blank canvas, patterns either on paper or pattern keeper. But I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So before we go any further, I do want to say this idea was inspired by another creator. I watched her a while back. She had posted several videos detailing the background, the concept, the technique. Tammy from Diamond Painting Between the Lines. Her videos aren't up anymore, but the idea stuck with me and I wanted to explore it in my way, in real time with you all. So of course, we're going to film this start to finish, screw-ups and all. We're going to learn together, y'all. This is not a tutorial. This is not a perfected system. This is just me documenting the process as I figure it out, mistakes, adjustments, and all. So today, we're going to get this project set up. I'm going to show you in a little bit more detail the pattern I'm using, talk through how I'm choosing drills or ordering the drills, and explain how this fits into my January WIPGO goals. So in the end, with however long this is going to take us, if it works, amazing, and if it doesn't, that's kind of on brand. So let's get into it. First and foremost, WIPGO. You've heard me talk about it. I've talked about it in a couple previous Whip and Chats. First of all, what I'm going to post here is my official board. The two green highlighted squares are January's calls. WIPGO works a little differently than Diamond Painting Bingo. It was a concept originally started by a floss tuber named Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Each month she calls two numbers, and those are your projects for the month. And you meet whatever goal you have deemed for yourself. It's very much your board, your rules type of thing. If mid-month you need to change your goals because life happened, go for it. There is no WIPGO police coming after you. So my calls for this month are my Glistening Wings project, which is my Heaven and Earth Designs Stitch Along for 2026. This is a full project or full coverage cross stitch pattern. And my other call is working on Escape to the Moon, which is another, incidentally, Heaven and Earth Designs cross stitch pattern. Artwork by Molly Harrison. Who else here loves Molly Harrison? Anyways, I have already started this, so I am not going to really go too deep dive into it right now, but I just wanted to show you what I mean by a little different. This is the first page of the pattern. We come down here to where the dragon wing is starting. So from the looks of it, it's about there. Okay, there's some maybes in here. The pattern originally called for some Krynic thread, which I'll discuss all of this during my next Whip and Chat when I'm working on this. But just to show you real quick as an example, The pattern is printed on this transparency film. I've added some sticky to it and I diamond painted straight onto it. Yes, that means each page is on its own, but hopefully if we do it right, at the end, we're going to get them all stuck together and have a great big huge finished canvas. So we'll set this aside for now. Just wanted to show her off a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about glistening wings. I've discussed this a few times on the channel. I've debated whether or not to join the Heaven and Earth Design Sal. I really liked this pattern. This is kind of a bad printout. The color came out really, really strong. In the end, I did decide I wanted to do it because A, it was just really, really pretty. B, we were supposed to be given a bonus chart for completing a page of the pattern, which, hint, wink, wink, they already gave us the bonus chart, so technically I don't even have to do it, but I already had set my mind on it, so I just, we'll just continue on with the plan. And it just, I wanted to start my Stitches to Sparkle method over again, this time actually filming and documenting the process, not only for myself, but for the channel. It's a really neat technique and process, and I wanted to get it out there in the world. Do I have it all down pat? No. Tammy, when she was uploading the videos, didn't even get through the whole thing. She didn't get through how to put everything together. Kim from Kimba's Crafts kind of figured it out a couple years ago during her Advent event. So we're going to kind of take a little bit from what I remember from Tammy's videos, which I did not save before they were deleted, so that sucks. And then what I gathered from Kim's videos and just kind of how this all works with my brain. And we're going to do it together from start to finish. So first of all, today we are just going to go through downloading the pattern, what pages we need from the pattern currently, because we need to order some drills, y'all. This is not a kitted up project. I don't have a canvas. I don't have drills. So what do we need? So here we are with the email from Heaven and Earth Design Sal that contains several patterns, including some bonus patterns and the link to my particular pattern, which is Glistening Wings. We got this a wee bit early, which was really, really nice. So here we go. It's going to open up on my phone in my Google Drive. And here is my pattern. Looking at the pattern, these first few pages are what's important. Right here on this page, we are going to look at the stitch count, which will help us determine the size of our finished project. What we are going to do is take each of these numbers and multiply them by 0.25, which is our drill size in centimeters. That gives us a stitch count of 95 centimeters by 57.25 centimeters. So yes, it's a big boy, but that's important to know up front. Moving forward, you could use that information to help determine whether a pattern is going to be just too big once worked out and it's a diamond painting. Scrolling on down, we are now looking at the DMC numbers and the symbols. For the cross stitcher, that's important because it tells us what colors of floss we need. Beyond that, we get those same DMC numbers with full stitch counts. That's the number of drills we're going to need for each color. So that's information we will use when we order our drills. So altogether, these first few pages, I'm going to go ahead and print off because that'll give me my stitch count, the size of my finished project, my symbols, my DMC numbers, and how many of each drill I need. As you continue scrolling down in the pattern, you will get into the pattern pages, which right now we don't need. We will use those later when we print the pattern off onto the transparency film. There are a few places you could go to order your drills. Personally, I like to order them from Evermoment. Evermoment has really good quality resin drills. Yes, they are coming over on the slow boat from China, but they are, in my opinion, don't, come for me. I think second best to Diamond Art Club when it comes to quality. So in order to order our drills from Evermoment, we need to go to the AliExpress app on my phone. So we're going to search for the app, open it up, and then I search for Evermoment. This brings up listings from the store. I'll go ahead and click on one of those listings, and then I will, at the bottom of the screen, find the messaging app, and then just go ahead and type my message, remembering that we are working with a language barrier, so you just kind of want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. You're going to go ahead and let them know that you want to place a custom order, and just ask them what do they need to proceed. They're usually fairly quick about responding. And I will also insert a screen grab of their response to me once I sent this message. So here's an example of the response. They're just letting us know how to go ahead and order. That they want everything listed out on an Excel spreadsheet. And I'm just thanking them and letting them know I will get back to them as soon as I'm ready. So next, we're going to create that Excel spreadsheet that they asked for. Since I'm doing this on my Chromebook, I'm actually making this in Google Sheets, but that is easy to convert to Excel before you send it. I'm making sure I list my name and what exactly I'm ordering. Again, language barrier, we want to cover all of our bases. Now, what they asked for is the DMC number that we will need, as well as the number of pieces or drills. And it's really simple. You just go down the list and write it on out. You don't need to overestimate your number of drills. They will account for that when they send them to you. So here is a copy of the finished spreadsheet. Just scrolling through to show you. Now what we're going to do, I sent it to myself on my phone, and I'm going to be able to save that as an Excel, like I said, since that is the format they asked for. Now here it is as an Excel. Now I'm going to save that to my phone in the files so that I can email it to them. So here in my email app, I have the email address provided, the file is attached, and again, I put my name in the subject line so that there is no confusion. And then back in the AliExpress app, I am messaging them to let them know that there is an email on its way to them. Again, giving them my name and reminding them what it is that I'm ordering and telling them that I will wait for a quote so that I can go ahead and place the order. Probably within a day or two, they will get back to me with a price quote. I can always make sure I film all of that to add to a later video so you can see how you go ahead and put through the purchase once you get your quote. I don't have that currently because I literally just sent the spreadsheet today. It could take a little while for the drills to get to me. Should I have ordered this a month ago? Yes. Yes, I should have, but I didn't. Christmas was coming. You know, things happen. I ordered them now. Last time I ordered drills from them, and it was for Escape to the Moon, they showed up relatively quickly, quicker than I was expecting. So that's where this project stands right now. I have ordered the drill. Well, I'm about to order the drills. When they do come in, I will go ahead and fill my kit up so we can go through and kit this bad boy up. I'll show you the storage that I'm going to use, how I go ahead and create my labels because I'm weird like that. And we will go from there. Eventually, we'll also go through how we're going to print the pattern, make it sticky, and do a whip and chat. But for now, this is where we're at. Drill request put in, waiting for a quote. Officially starting my Whip Go board for January. It is in progress. So over the next few weeks, I'll be checking in on this again, like I said, from time to time, and updating you all, keeping you along for the ride. In the end, we are going to have ourselves a gorgeous diamond painting. I cannot wait to see this all shimmery and sparkly, really. So if you're doing Whip Go this month, let me know. What are your goals for the month? Whether you're a cross stitcher, diamond painter, knitter, crocheter, whatever. It's again, your board, your rules. You can put whatever projects you want on your Whip Go board. So that being said, if you're new here, welcome. This channel is about real projects, real progress, and not pretending that everything goes as perfectly planned. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, finished projects are optional. Cozy chaos is not. I'm Jen, and I will see you next time. Bye.